My name is Janet Fetsch. I work at a banker's bank in Las Colinas and I live in Capel. I joined Get You in Shape 18 months ago in July of 2009. Before I joined the boot camp, I was single. I had bought my first house, just finished my master's program at TCU, and I was working again at the banker's bank in Las Colinas. I had achieved many of the goals in my life already, but I did not feel good about myself because I didn't like the way that I looked, and I didn't feel very healthy. In the winter of 2008, I had reached my heaviest weight ever at 180 pounds, and I was wearing a size 14 jeans. I refused to go up another size jeans, so those were pretty tight. And I remember leaving my grandpa's house after Christmas celebration, and I couldn't even breathe as I sat in my car to drive back to Dallas. I had to undo my belt and the button just to breathe, and I felt awful. I started wearing layered clothes and I was avoiding skirts. I couldn't wear anything that I thought was cute because I refused to buy anything a larger size than I already had purchased those jeans. I didn't like any pictures of myself from Christmas or Thanksgiving or the birthday parties that we had. And the final straw was in May of that year at my sister's college graduation. Afterwards, I saw some pictures of myself and I thought, this has got to stop. My face was completely round and I was wearing a new fat dress. I thought it looked like a tent. And I knew that the road I was on would only lead to more problems with my self-esteem and self-confidence. I thought, this has got to stop. If I didn't have confidence in myself, how could I expect my employer to promote me to the levels that I deserved? And how could I expect a guy or a boyfriend to love me if I didn't even love myself? I had tried exercising on my own for several months, but I wasn't consistent, so I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. I thought my diet was pretty healthy, so I couldn't see anything in my diet that I needed to change. I knew personal trainers were way out of my price range, and I didn't like going to the gyms because it felt like all the people there were already perfect and they just looked and judged me. So, as in all of my good decisions, I started praying about it, and the next week in the church bulletin I noticed the Get You in Shape ad. I decided that the price was something I could afford, the testimonials looked like people were getting results, and I thought it sounded like a very good value. And the pictures showed people of all shapes and sizes working out in a beautiful park, outdoors in the sunshine, and they promised that even though they called it a boot camp, they wouldn't yell or be mean to me. My first experience with the boot camp was the initial introduction meeting at the rec center, and Brad and Cynthia and Julie were all so warm and friendly that I decided not to wait another month. I went into the introductory meeting thinking that I would just see what they had to offer and consider it for a couple of weeks, but by the end of the meeting I was purchasing the mat and signing up for several months all at one time. Julie was the trainer that first week, and she was so friendly. I was very happy to learn that most of the exercises they did I was already familiar with from my high school coaches, and the new exercises were very easy to learn, especially under Julie and Brad and Cynthia's explanations. During the first month, I met very many clients who had already been with the program for a long time, and that told me that they were getting the results that they wanted, but they stuck with the program because they enjoyed the people they were meeting and the time was well spent. I couldn't wait to become a long-timer myself. Some of the tools from the Get You in Shape program that have benefited me the most would be Cynthia's nutrition counseling. I lost a lot of weight at the beginning just because I was exercising regularly, and I had already started feeling better and I was sleeping through the night. But I hit a plateau, and after about 8 weeks of not losing a single pound, I went to Cynthia and we talked, and I learned to start keeping a food journal. Now, even though my diet had improved and I was eating healthy things, I discovered that I was still consuming too many calories. So with the food journal experience, I learned to cut back just a couple hundred calories a day, and that started me off again losing weight and inches. The Get You in Shape program has changed my life in the past 18 months. It took 1 year to reach my goal, which was longer than I initially expected, but over the course of 12 months, I made a lot of baby steps that have now become habits. Nothing about the program was overwhelming. The exercise patterns allow you to build up your strength, and there's always something more challenging, but I can definitely see progress from where I started. I didn't feel like I could run a half a mile, and now I can run 3 miles. And because I was exercising regularly and my eating habits had improved, I was able to withstand a very stressful time at work. It went over several months, and this summer I was rewarded with a big promotion. After losing the very first dress size, my self-confidence improved enough that I joined Toastmasters, which is a club for public speaking, and now I'm not afraid to speak in public. One of my speeches was actually about my boot camp experience. And I have been dating a very nice guy for a couple of months now, and he told me that the first thing that caught his eye at the party was that I was laughing and talking with my friends and people that I didn't know very well, but he could see from my confidence that I was not a person that would allow other people to hold me back, and that I definitely took care of myself. Get You in Shape has provided me with everything I needed to achieve goals that I've never been able to achieve in my life. Brad, Cynthia, Julie, and Cheney are the best mentors that a person could ask for. And their warm and friendly personalities have designed a program that is tailored for your success. There's no way you can feel bad about yourself or get down on yourself for not doing something well. They make it very easy to do it well. Over the last 18 months, I learned that losing weight is not the end-all and be-all. The numbers are not what's important, what size you are, or how many inches your waist is. It's about your self-confidence and your belief in yourself, and that only comes from achieving goals that you set. I celebrated my 30th birthday in September, and to celebrate the occasion, my girlfriends and I rented a boat, went out on Lake Grapevine, and I bought my first swimsuit in 10 years for the occasion. Now I'm so glad that I made that decision to change my life. Now I take advantage of every opportunity I have to get out and about in this world, going rock climbing or dancing or public speaking. I don't hold myself back because I feel too fat or too tired or too weak. I've been told that I have more energy and poise, and I smile a lot more than I was. Like the Get You in Shape shirts tell us, we only have one life to live and one body to live it in. So it's important to make the best of that.